Okay.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us again for our group class. I'm Jessie, and this is Christine and Corey.
Hello.
And we're all physical therapists at UCSD if you haven't met us before. So what we're going to do today, just like the previous ones, we're going to talk a little bit about an article, and then we'll kind of get into our exercise. And so today's class is going to be a little bit different. Instead of doing kind of warm-up intervals and then going through power moves or strengthening or balance, we're going to stick to just doing power moves today. So it's going to be our power moves class, and we'll explain a little bit about what that means. So first, the article that I selected today is called Training Big to Move Faster, the application of the speed-amplitude relation as a rehab strategy for people with Parkinson's disease. So this study, what they were looking at is how a lot of people with Parkinson's have bradykinesia, which is kind of that slowness of movement, and then also hypokinesia, which is the smaller size of the movement. And so what they were looking at is what is the best kind of target to work on in physical therapy to help improve that in order to move faster. And so what they used in this study was the size of movement, so the amplitude. And so I'm not sure if everyone is familiar, but the treatment protocol they used is called LSVT Big, and that's a protocol that is similar to the power moves, but the power moves are kind of the new and improved LSVT Big. And so what they did was 4 weeks of big amplitude training, so working on big movements for 4 weeks. And then they tested the speed of their movements of both upper extremity and lower extremity movements. So reaching tasks, and also they looked at kind of the biomechanics of their walking with a force platform. And what they found was that after doing the amplitude-based treatment, not only did the size of their movement improve, but the speed of movement improved. So they found that training amplitude was a really good target for also improving speed in people with Parkinson's disease. So as we're going through our session today, think about the size of your movements. Think about how Parkinson's tries to make you move smaller, so try to overcome it and kind of recalibrate it and move as big as you can. And that'll also help with the speed of movement. So just a little bit of background on the power moves. A lot of you have probably done them with us before, but I think we've only really given a real kind of recap on what they are in maybe the first session. So there are 4 different moves, and so they're called the power up, the power rock, the power twist, and the power step. And each of those moves, you are working on kind of a different area that's commonly impacted by Parkinson's disease. So for example, the power up, that's the one where you're working on your extensors. You're sitting up tall, or you're lying on your stomach and pressing up tall. That one is to counteract that stooped posture in Parkinson's. And so that better postural alignment, not only is that good for lung volumes and just your overall posture in general and flexibility, but it also helps to improve your balance, because research shows that that stooped posture can impact your ability to react when you lose your balance, so being able to catch yourself. The power rock is where we're working on weight shifting side to side. And so if you think about weight shifting, that's needed for almost all functional activities, for walking, for going up and down stairs, for turning over in bed, for getting out of bed. You have to be able to weight shift. And also the inability to weight shift is a major contributor to freezing and falls. So being able to weight shift is really important for your balance too. And then the power twist, that's the one where we're twisting side to side. So that one works on trunk rotation to help reduce rigidity. And a poor ability to twist is tied with difficulty with rolling or getting in and out of bed. If you think about how you have to roll to the side, you have to be able to twist your trunk. It's really hard to try to roll over kind of like a log without twisting. And then the last one is the power step. And so this one is working on unweighting and transitioning to another location, so stepping. And so of course that can help improve your walking and balance and reducing freezing, but it also helps a lot with transfers, because you have to be able to kind of transition, of course, when you're transferring, and also bed mobility and strengthening. So each of those 4 power moves are done in multiple different positions. So they're done in sitting and standing, on all fours, on your stomach, and on your back. And we've done some variation of all of those in the classes before. But today what we're going to do is go through the power moves in every position, and we'll still offer modifications. So if you're not able to get up and down from the floor, we'll still give modifications in sitting or standing so that you can do that instead. But we're gonna go through those power moves and we're gonna start in sitting. So if everybody can sit in a kind of comfortable, stable chair, that's where we'll start. Okay.
I'm just gonna help with the camera and I'll do them behind the scenes.
Will you tilt it down just a little for you?
Let's see.
Okay. So we're gonna go through 10 repetitions in each position. So we're gonna start with our power up. So that's that one that helps to counteract the stooped posture. And don't forget, we're working on big amplitude, so as big as you can. So we'll start with feet apart, nice and wide, and your hands are in your lap. And we're gonna bend down and everyone count out loud together. I know we can't hear you because it's muted, but think about how that big voice can help contribute to big movements. All right, so here we go. You're gonna bend down and then you're gonna sit up tall. Good. So we'll start counting here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My ponytail's flying. 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Nice job. All right, so our next one is our power rock. And so for this one in sitting, you're gonna be bringing one arm down on top of your leg, and you're gonna reach your other arm up and over as far as you can. Think about spreading your fingers, reaching as far as you can, and then over to the other side, your arm comes down and reach across. So we're gonna do 10 of these alternating sides. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. All right, so we're gonna go into our twist. So this is that one that works on trunk rotation and rigidity and helps with rolling. So you're gonna bring your arms out to the side for this one. And then you're gonna be twisting around to the side. So you're gonna twist, bring your hands together. And if you can see how I've dropped my knee down, you're gonna try to pivot on that leg. And then you'll open back up and twist to the other side. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. All right, and then the last one in sitting is the power step. So for this one, what you're gonna do is bring your feet together and your hands are in your lap. You're gonna bend down a little bit and then take your foot out to the side, the biggest step you can, and lean forward again, and then back together. And then out to the other side and back together. So here we go, 10 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm rolling all around. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. So that was used kind of as our warm-up. So next we're going to move into standing. And so if you're able to stand up, go for it now. And you can.
I think we liked it better this way.
So if you need a little bit of support, you can always hold on to a chair with one or both arms, whatever you need, or onto a walker if you have an assisted device. But we'll just give everyone a second to get up and get ready.
You're just gonna have to step back a little bit,
Yeah.
I think, Jessie. I'll just.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, looks like everybody's up. So we're gonna start with that power up position in standing. So for this one, you're going to get your hips back. You're gonna drop down like you're gonna sit in a chair. And as you stand up, you're gonna bring both arms out to the side, thinking head up, chest up, okay? And then Jessie will show modification, like she said, holding onto the chair in case you need it for balance.
Yep.
So we're gonna go 10 repetitions. Every time we stand up nice and tall, it's all counts together. So we're gonna go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7, 8, 9, 10.
Awesome job. All right, moving on to the next one is that power rock. So we're gonna start with our feet about hip width apart. You're gonna bring one arm up to the ceiling, one arm out to the side. You're gonna do a big shift onto one foot. Trying to look up at your hand if you can, and then you're gonna come back to the middle. Then we're gonna do a big shift to the other side. And like the other moves before, try and think of your fingers spread apart, nice and wide. So we'll go 10 repetitions. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. Now we're gonna do the power twist. So in standing, your arms are gonna come out to your side. You're gonna twist your whole body, bringing your hands together. Just like in seated, you're gonna try and see if that hip can turn to the side. And then you're gonna open back up. And we're gonna do the other side. So we're gonna go 10 repetitions. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and then we'll round out the standing ones with that power step. So I'm gonna take a big step and a reach out to the side. I'm gonna bring my feet back together, and then we'll do the same thing in the opposite direction. 10 repetitions. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice job, everybody.
All right. So next, we're going to be getting down onto the floor, onto all fours. And so if you're able to do that, go for it now. And take your time. Feel free to use a chair to help you down. Looks like people are making their way.
This is where it gets tricky.
Yeah. So I do it in sitting and standing?
Okay, you're gonna do it in sitting. So let me. Okay, yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yep.
So
Christine, move
if
that
you're
way.
down on the ground, you have the option of having your hands down on the floor like this, like you're on all fours. Or if that's difficult for you, you can also have a chair in front of you and have your hands on the chair.
You can scoot
Chair
more
in
that
front of
way.
you.
There you go.
So like this. So whatever works best for you. I'm going to show this with my hands down on the ground, but remember you can have your hands up on a chair.
And then for those of us that can't get down on the floor, I'm just gonna go through the power moves in seated again.
Christine, you can scoot you in a little bit further. There you go.
Get out of here.
That way. There you go.
So we're going to start with our power up, just like with the other moves. So this one, remember, we're working on our posture, so getting up as tall as you can. So if you're on all fours, what you're going to do is bend your elbows and shift your weight back a little bit. And then you're going to push up onto your knees, reach back with your arms as big as you can. So again, your hands are down. You're going to bend your elbows, shift your weight back a little bit, and then push up, reach back. All right, and then Christine will show in sitting just like before. So here we go, 10 repetitions, count out nice and loud. Ready, bend down and up. 1, 2, as big as you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. All right, so the next one is our power rock. So instead of shifting side to side for this one, we're going to be shifting forward and back. So what you're going to do is have your hands down on the ground, walk them out in front of you a little bit more, and you're going to shift your weight back onto your heels like you're sitting in a child's pose. And then you're going to shift forward, keep your elbows straight, and drop your hips down towards the ground. So from the side, I know it's a little hard to see, you're going to shift back like this into a child's pose. And then keep your elbows straight, shift forward, drop your hips down. All right. So here we go, 10 repetitions. Ready? Shift back and forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Okay, so our next one is the twist. So working on trunk rotation. So on all fours, what you're going to do is take one hand. We'll start with the right hand. You're going to reach it underneath, and then you're going to reach it up towards the ceiling. So underneath behind that left arm, in front of your leg, and then up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to switch sides and do the other side. Reach under and up. All right, so we're going for 10 repetitions again. Here we go. Reach under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Good job. All right, so last one for all fours is our step, our power step. So what we're gonna do for this one is shift your weight back a little, and you're gonna take a big step forward with your leg out to the side of your hands, as far forward as you can. If you're able to, if your balance feels good, you can come up onto your knee. You can have a chair next to you as well for this one. Then you'll step back, and then you're gonna do the other side, shift forward, big step. If you want to, you can come up. All right, here we go, 10 times. So shift back and big step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Okay. So if you're down on the ground, you can make your way now onto your stomach. We're going to do the prone power moves next. And then we'll also show in sitting. And also feel free to do it in standing if you are able to stand but not get down to the ground.
All right, so for our floor group, I'm gonna come on down to the floor and Corey will help us if we need to make an adjustment.
You guys both look great.
So for those of us that are down on the floor, I have my hips on the floor, my elbows are underneath my shoulders, and then my hands are nice and flat. So if I turn to the side really quickly, we're gonna be here in this prone position. So this is a nice set of power moves because we tend to be in a lot of flexion, and this tries to get us into some extension. So for the first one, just like all the other moves, is the power up. So,
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do first is you're gonna kind of bring your head down towards the floor. You're kind of slumping down in your shoulders, and then you're gonna push up. So the first one again is you're coming down towards the floor, and then you're pushing through those shoulder blades, looking straight ahead. So we're gonna go 10 repetitions. You ready? So I'll come down and then up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Awesome job. All right, so the next one's the rock. So we're gonna keep our arms in the exact same position, elbows under your shoulder. You wanna make sure you're staying nice and strong, and then you're gonna reach one hand up and across. So I'm reaching my left hand up and over towards the right side. I'm gonna bring my hand back down to the floor, And then I'm gonna do the same exact thing with my right. So when everybody ready, we're gonna go 10 in a row, alternating arms. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. All right, the next one in this position is actually lying on our side. So for my group that's on the floor, I'm gonna start on my right side. I'm gonna have my right leg nice and straight. My left knee is bent in front, so my knee is resting on the floor in front of me. I'm gonna get my hands stacked on top of each other, and if you can, I really want you to try and see if you can rest your head on the floor. If you need to put something under to give you a little bit more support, that's okay. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open up towards the left-hand side. You wanna try and keep your eyes on your hand. Ultimate goal is, can I get that left hand on the floor behind me? And then I'm gonna bring my hands back together. So for the floor group, we'll do 5 on this side and then we'll switch sides and do 5 on the other, okay? All right, ready? Big open for 1. And then together. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, everybody on the floor, you're just gonna roll on over to your left-hand side. Left leg is straight. Right leg is, our knee is on the floor. Heads back down, hands together. You're gonna open up nice and big. You ready? Here's 1.
Try to pause in the middle if you're sitting and then switch sides.
2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. All right, and for those on the floor and in sitting, the last one's that power step. So again, if you're on the floor, your elbows are coming under your shoulders, you're up nice and tall. And I'll wait for everybody to kind of, people moving around. So in this position, you're gonna take a big step out to the side with your arms. So you're gonna take a big step out to the side. You're gonna bring it back under your shoulder, and then a big step out to the side, and then back under your shoulders. All right, we are going to do 10 repetitions. We're alternating sides. Ready? 1, together. 2, together. Nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Woo!
All right.
Awesome job, everybody.
So if you're down on the ground, now you can roll over onto your back. And if you're sitting, we'll still keep showing that sitting option. Okay. My shoe's untied.
You guys are all doing great.
Yeah, keep it up.
I see a lot of you guys trying some new things today, so that's good to see.
Okay, so if you're lying on your back,
Jesse, you can come more this way. There you go.
go get your feet. Okay, so if you're lying on your back, what you want to do, you're going to separate your feet out a little bit, bring your hands down by your side, and you're going to just be resting on your back here. So you want to be as flat as you can. If you need to put pillows behind you, you can, but try to rest down as flat as you can. We're using gravity to help us stretch. So for the power up in this position, what you're going to do is push down through your arms and push down through your legs and try to kind of puff up your chest and lift your bottom a little bit. So you're going to push down and power up and then relax down. So again, it's a big push up, puff up your chest, lift your bottom a little, and then relax down. All right, so we'll go for 10 of those. Remember to count out loud and move as big as you can. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Nice job. All right, so next one's our power rock. So for this one, what you're gonna do, I'm gonna reach my right arm over towards my left side, and I'm trying to rock across as far as I can reach. So you're kind of pushing almost like you're gonna be rolling a little bit over to your side, and then back down, and then to the other side, reach up and across, and back down. So we'll go for 10 of those again. So here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Okay, so our next one here is the power twist. So arms go out to the side, and you're going to be rolling over to your side as you twist. So just like you did it in sitting, you're going to bring your right arm to meet your left, and you're trying to roll over. So push down through your right leg, and then back open and onto your back, and then to the other side. All right, so 10 of those. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. All right, good work. So our very last power move of the day is our power step here on our backs. So you're gonna bend your knees, put your feet flat on the ground. And what we're gonna be doing, just kind of like in sitting, you're gonna take a big step out to the side, and then a big step together. Big step out to the side, big step together. All right, so remember to exaggerate that movement. And here we go, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Nice job. How's everybody feeling? Let's see if we can get a thumbs up. I see a bunch of thumbs up from the floor. That's good. All right. Should we do like a little cool down stretch or something? We got a little bit of time. Yeah, we've got a little time left. Does everybody want to do a little cool down stretch together? Okay, sounds good. So let's see, if you're on the floor, you can stay on the floor. And if you're sitting in the chair, we can give some stretches for in the chair too. So, yeah, so we're gonna start with a hamstring stretch. So if you're seated like Christine, we're gonna be just sitting up nice and tall. We'll start with our left leg first. So you're gonna take your left leg out in front. Try and keep your knee nice and straight, and for a little added stretch, excuse me, you can point your toes up towards the sky. All right, and if you're sitting, or lying on your back, a couple options. You could sit up, and you could reach down towards your toes. Try to keep your back as straight as you can, so you're not just hunching forward. And same thing, you can keep your feet up towards you for a little added stretch. Or if you're lying on your back, you can hook your arms around your thigh, and you're going to try to straighten out that leg, keeping your toes pointed down towards you as much as you can. So, all right, we'll go 30-second hold in whichever position you're in. So again, try and keep your knee nice and straight. If you're in sitting and you feel a stretch, you can hold it. Or for a deeper stretch, you can just hinge forward at your hips. And I have really tight hamstrings, so this is as far as I can go. It feels great. If you're in sitting, just make sure you're not rounding your back out. You're again keeping it nice and straight, hinging forward at the hips. 4 seconds left, and then we'll switch sides. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch. Again, kicking one leg or one foot out in front of you, knees nice and straight, sitting up nice and tall. And you're gonna hinge forward at your waist for that nice hamstring stretch again. And then if you're on the floor, holding that leg up, knee straight,
30 seconds again. All right, and then we'll release.
All right, so for the next stretch, if you're lying on the ground, you're gonna cross one ankle over your thigh like I am here. And then what you can do, if that's enough of a stretch for you, you can just relax there. But if you want a little bit more, you're gonna thread one hand kind of through that hole between your legs and reach behind that leg and pull it up towards you for a little more of a stretch.
And then in seated position, you're sitting up nice and tall. You're bringing that right leg over on top of your left knee. You're gonna try and sit up nice and tall. If you feel the stretch here, you can hold it, or you can hinge forward at your waist. And we'll do each leg 30 seconds. A little bit longer, and then we'll switch to that left side. All right, so uncross your legs and just the opposite. We'll bring that left leg up on top of our right. And then hinging forward if you can tolerate it. Pulling your knee closer to your chest if you're on the floor. Five more seconds. And relax. Nice job.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Does anybody have any questions about anything?
So I just wanted to add, because I was able to kind of look at everyone and the people that I could see, at least in their cameras. I know when you're working on the floor, it's hard to position. But the people that I could see, even in any of the various positions, some of them were more difficult than others. So I challenge you guys to try to find a position that is challenging. And even though we went a little fast today, maybe spend some time in that position. So if you're kind of between the sitting and standing was hard for you today, spend some time working that standing position. Even though it's difficult, go slow, go at your own pace, and really work towards getting those moves to be better. And with time, you know, hopefully we can progress to getting you into the other positions that you might not be able to get into or that are just difficult for you. Because in order to improve, we have to challenge ourselves. So we want to challenge you when we see you in person or when we see you in video to get the most out of the exercise. Everybody got it? And that's the nice thing about having the video recordings. You guys can go back, kind of use the time that you have to work on those specific ones that you feel that you need. And as always, know that we're here still as a resource via video or in-person therapy if you guys feel like you need a tune-up.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. And as always, if you have any feedback, feel free to send it, or if there's anything in particular that you wanted to work on more or you wanted to learn about more, just let us know.
Great.
All
Thank
right.
you. We'll see you next time.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.